part 5, and the conclusion to our prophecies, signs that we are in the end times. Technology for the mark of the beast. Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 through 17. And he causes all, the small and the great, and the rich and the poor, and the free men and the slaves, to be given a mark on their right hand or on their forehead. And he provides that no one will be able to buy or to sell except the one who has the mark, either the name of the beast or the number of his name. On May 10th, 3 members of a family in Florida became the first people to receive the biochip implant. Each device, made of silicon and called a VeraChip, is a small radio transmitter about the size of a piece of rice that is injected under a person's skin. It transmits a unique personal ID number whenever it is within a few feet of a special receiver unit. VeraChip's maker describes it as a miniaturized implantable radio frequency identification device, RFID, the RFID chip.
Just to throw this out there, Jake, who else has that chip that we know?
The first people in the history of the world, I believe, was Prince Charles, Prince William,
and Prince Harry.
So,
where are they from? I mean, I know it's London, but what is that a European?
Yeah, that's a European nation, and they're known as the Prince of Wales, and the Wales flag has on it a big red dragon.
Now, we're not saying for sure that they're gonna have anything to do with it, but
wait and see.
It does seem a little funny that the World Bank is in London. What better place for it to be?
Yep. And remember this. As much as people were obsessed with Princess Diana, watch how many people are obsessed with Prince William, or should I say King Arthur. So, back to the VeraChip.
To be determined.
VeraChip maker describes it as a miniaturized, implantable radio frequency identification device, also known as RFID, that can be used in a variety of security, emergency, and healthcare applications. Is the biochip the mark of the beast to be used by the Antichrist? We can't really know. What is significant is that people are being softened to the idea of a mark or an implant as a means of maintaining security, providing medical information, and regulating a more interdependent world. As attitudes change, fears subside, and people are convinced of the need for such a mark, the true mark of the beast will be easily introduced to the world by the Antichrist. I'm telling you right now, on our little radar, people that seem antichristable, but not know until they actually step foot into the third temple, is Prince William, our number one guy that we suspect. He's the number one suspect. We didn't claim he's the guilty as charged. We didn't say he's guilty. We didn't say he was charged with being the Antichrist. We said
it's just a little weird about that photo that I saw.
Yeah, the photo where he's holding the lamb's foot and the cloven hoof. And our second guy is Barack Obama, but he may or may not.
Probably just going to be a king from the 10 nations.
He might be a king of the 10 nations. We don't know. He's antichristable too, but I mean, I just feel that he's going to ruin America. If we are Mystery Babylon, or if we are taken out in the end times, or if we are 1/3 that is destroyed, I mean, Obama's going to lead the way. And Obama is a socialist. He wants everyone to conform. He is the next Joseph Stalin. So he is obviously going to... He could pressure people into getting the microchip before Bush would. So those of you conspiracy theorists that say Bush is going to declare martial law, and
it's possible, though.
Which is possible. Bush is going to declare martial law and declare a state of emergency by faking an alien invasion,
or if we go to war, he could really do it.
Or going to war with another country such as Iran, or defending Israel, or whatever. I feel Obama could push the microchip before Bush could.
And it was actually just this morning that a Republican jumped on his bandwagon. Did you hear that, Jake? Colin Powell is now going to hold Barack Obama press whatever you call them.
Press release.
Something like that.
So yeah, watch out for don't take any mark on your arm, on your forehead, on your hand. I mean, it might even be deceivable. Oh, if we put it in your arm, it's really not in your hand, or your arm is attached to your hand. Your arm is a piece of your hand. Don't be deceived. Don't take any mark whatsoever on your forehead or your right hand or left hand or anything on you at all. Okay. You don't need anything in, okay? Like, say, they want to put this thing into a credit card or into a necklace or something. Why does it have to be the skin? Yeah. Why does it have to be physically in you?
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of protesters and people that are against this are asking.
There's even non-Christian people that don't want something like that because it's a right.
Yeah.
Our rights are being taken away, people.
Freedoms are taken away. Ron Paul is the most accurate candidate for this contest, for this presidential contest. But I'm not even a Ron Paul supporter or a fan. But I mean, if I had to vote for him, for someone, I guess I would vote for him because he's for your freedom. Obama and McCain aren't.
Who was a presidential candidate that was against the $700 billion bailout plan? That was Ron Paul, conservative.
Well, not only conservative, just accurate. I mean,
yeah.
So, number 11, plans for the one world government. New world order. NWO. For life. Yeah, I remember that. That was a plea by Ted Turner to get people thinking, oh, NWO is cool, NWO is cool.
Well, not only that, think about that generation, Jake. How old were you when the NWO came out?
I think I was 11 or 12.
Okay, how old are you now?
21.
And you still remember that, right?
Yeah.
What a good place to do it. A place where kids would enjoy something like that to prepare you for it.
I'm sure Ted Turner's involved in this conspiracy too because he owns a lot of stuff, a lot of television channels and so forth. TNT, TBS, and I don't know if he owns ABC and ESPN too. I don't know. I don't really care. But the plans for the one world government, the United Nations, World Trade Organization, International Criminal Court, UN Peacekeeping Police Force, numerous United Nations NGOs and other agencies are preliminary steps to the formation of a one world government. We now have the communications technology, transportation, and the pro-globalization media necessary to usher in the one world government headed by the Antichrist. The increasing terrorist threat in the Middle East conflict will only speed up the formation of this governing body as fear and promises of better security make more people willing to give up their natural sovereignty for global governance.